think? On stochastics.
Basically, as you said, it's used it as another indicator, not on its own.
Yeah.
But with other, the Bollingers or whatever.
I think the reason I struggle with them is that I can't get over the concept that a market has to be overbought to go up and has to be oversold to keep going down, and I just can't quite reconcile in my head that if we're that high you should be kind of looking for the reversal, whereas I don't know, there's just something about it I can't quite get my head around.
Why there are two lines? What's the two lines?
They relate to different speeds, I think, don't they? A slow and a fast stochastic. So I think the fast stochastic is obviously much more sensitive. A bit like a moving average. I think it relates to different time periods. I don't know. I mean, what's the best way to find out is have a look at the actual study. So a stochastic fast is based on the last, so the close, 20 period and a 2 standard deviation, and a stochastic slow no, that's exactly the bleeding same. So what's the crossover system? This is why I don't use them.
I mean, they did look very.
It's a stochastic RSI, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If I don't know, I don't know. I think it just relates to the different time periods, but for me, I just don't. I don't know. I don't find the crossovers that I think they get you in the vicinity. And maybe you should start thinking that we're a bit too high or a bit too low, but it could stay like that. I've seen it stay like that for weeks, where we've stayed overbought or oversold. So
it's like he showed at one point where the market was trending downwards, but they were indicating that it should be going up. So it doesn't always fit to what they're supposed to.
It's similar to the footprint, isn't it?
Huh?
It's similar to the footprint.
How so?
The tidal volumes. The cumulative delta?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to that, isn't it?
It's not volume driven, it's a price driven sort of, or a closing price driven. It's I suppose it's a moving average type drive. I don't think it's got anything to do with volume. Yeah, I mean, look, they're not for me. Kind of take it or leave it, really. But
I think it's something you leave for later if you want to get into it a bit more and investigate.
Yeah.
Then it's further down the line.
Or if you notice someone talk about it, at least you know what they're talking about. If they say we're overbought, we're oversold, or we've got divergence, or but it's definitely not for me. Well, look, I'll be honest with you. It's 10 to 11, but that is all I've got for you. We are done in terms of the classroom theory. So as far as I'm concerned, you now know everything that you possibly need to know to understand how the markets work and move, and from the fundamental aspect of everything through to the how to intricately chart them. I think you've got everything that you possibly need to know. In terms of, look at that on the Bollinger. Just noticed that. See, the first time we've come down and touched it, got a little bounce off of it. Been away from it for so long, but that is one heck of a quiet day. and that is one heck of a quiet day in the stocks as well. So yeah, I mean, you guys are there. That's pretty much the classroom theory. What happens now is obviously you go have a swanky lunch at NatWest or wherever it is you're going. The second part of the course, which pertains to the online guys, most of whom we haven't heard of. They've sent me emails watching it at night. They all seem happy. Milan is at work today. So the rest of us head towards the price ladders and the price ladder drills, which gets you much more involved in the actual ladders in front of you. Of course, I am still plenty around to get really involved, not just with you, but with with Richard and Janesh and Ramon when she comes back, and do the mentorship and actually sort of run a trading floor. So that's I'm still plenty here, but the general format of the PLT can now be explained to you by Mark, who has painstakingly gone through it and given it a bit of a rejig, which is good. So I will let you explain to these guys how you're going to send them the PLT, what the PLT is, and how they should approach their trading days over the next 4 weeks. Microphone's up there so that Milan can hear you.
Dan, you going to send those charts today? The auction chart?
Oh, the slides?
Auction slides.
Yeah, I will. I'll make myself a note.
Yes.
Slides, auctions. Yeah, I'll send the auction slides to all you guys remote as well. If you want an internet to show them and log in the Prezi, then it's that one.
No, that's alright.
Alright, I'm going to go get myself another drink.
Yeah, it's fairly simple. You've done the first 4 weeks, now you've got the next 4 weeks, and it's now to try and apply everything. So we've got 20 days. Each day's got some videos to look through first. I'll send them all to you via email. It'll be via Prezi presentation. First thing you'll do each day is start each one, look at the videos, and that sets you up for the drill for the rest of the day. Some of the drills, some days it's just a full day just practicing something. Like there's one day where you've got to take one tick all day, just trade all day, scalp. There used to be another one where it's a full day and you're only allowed to trade twice, which is just it's a tough one. So there's a couple like that can be. It's an important skill to learn when to trade and when not to trade, because sometimes you shouldn't. People trade because they're in front of it thinking, well, it's here, I know it's quiet, but I've got to do something, otherwise I'm not earning money. And suddenly they trade and they lose money. So it's actually quite a good drill for discipline, but we've cut that one down to a half day, and we've got another one half day which is a bit more fun. So you can have a half day that's fun and a half day trying to learn a little bit of discipline. So there's about 10 days where it's just purely trading on that day following a certain drill. 10 days where you've got 2 hours, something like that, watching YouTubes and things like that tells you how to trade a certain style, and then you'll trade in the afternoon. So that's how the next sort of 4 weeks will be. Within that there's 2 important days that you need to look at straight away. One day's month end. So on that particular day, more likely you'll come in at 2, but you'll be here till 9 o'clock at night, or probably 9:30 at night. You'll watch the preparation beforehand, what you're looking to do, and then you look to trade it via simulators in a real-time environment on a proper month end, rather than some sort of recording thing. You'll get that, and the same thing with a more fundamental event, an ECB, a Bank of England and everything else. There's another day where you need to do that one. We've got the drills in order, but really at the start have a look when next ECB, Bank of Japan, FOMC, whichever meeting it is, You need to do that drill on that day. So just have a quick look. I think one of them is, let's have a look, is it, the central bank event is actually day or the 10th section, but if it happens to fall on the 5th day or the 15th day, just take it out of order and do it that day. In an ideal world, over the next month you'll have a couple, even 3 if you're lucky, and try it more than once. All these drills, try them more than once. You have a day of scalping away and you like it, another day you do the drill and actually I've done that for enough, or unfortunately you've stopped yourself out for the day. Okay, right, that's done. I want to practice scalping, or I want to practice this. There's other days of fading. Dan's got other drills as well that aren't on it, that we can add that as well. It's not a case of going through these as quickly as you can, just do them diligently. Try and do them in the order they're meant to be. The first day might be a bit easy because you've obviously had your sim, you've had a play around. First day's a bit simple, but do it anyway. It's trading, that's what you're here for. And just follow the drills. So I'll send you a welcome letter type thing, an instruction, an index of the order these are going to come in and that we want you to do them, and the prezzies, so you'll have that and you just go through that. I think there's 200 pages on the prezzy sort of thing. Some days you only need to see about 5 or 6, another day, I think the last day is about 50 sheets, because it explains what you should be doing as your prep for a central bank event. So just go through these. Dan will be here every day for the next month as well. So whereas other people say from home would just do it, I'm not talking about our VTFT guys, but some people could purchase it and do it from wherever they're going to do it. They won't have the access to Dan, and to a lesser extent myself. As you know, I'm not going to help you reading charts because that's not my strength, but we're here to help you. So that's the point. You're doing next month. The point is Dan's here with you. So just keep working with Dan, asking about various questions, and that's what it's for. So 4 weeks, do it in the order. You should get. I'll send everything over this afternoon. So Milan and Nick, you'll have it. Obviously, you guys will have it, and the others can open it at their leisure. But that's roughly what it's going to be for next month. So each drill, you can do it more times. The prezzy, you can go over them as many times as you want. This is a month to get as much trading in as you can and make as many mistakes as you're going to do them. And we've all done it. We've all clicked the buy button when we're meant to sell and stuff like that, or you go to buy something and you've bought 10 where you meant to buy 1 or something like that. You're going to make mistakes, don't worry about them. They're going to be days, we've tried to treat it as sensibly as we can and as realistically as we can. So the days where you're going to stop out. So just come and talk to us. If you've got to stop out at €600 for the day and you get to 400, come and have a chat with us and say, look, I'm 2/3 of the way through now. What would I normally do if I was in a real situation? 9 times out of 10 we'd have a quick look at the trades, see how you're trading, and actually go, take a break for half an hour, reset everything, reevaluate your trades. Because it is important when you go through this, not just to go reading it or watching the videos and go, yeah, that's fine. You have to make notes each night. At the end of the day, write some notes about how you traded that day, what you did right, what you did wrong. Most people like to scalp because it's fun, it means you're active. Be honest with yourself. Actually, I'm rubbish at scalping, or a 3-tick thing works. Another day we're going to make you have to run things. If you put it on, you can't take it off within 15 ticks or 20 ticks. You have to be honest with yourself and go, right, this style of trading works for me, so that's the one I'm going to do. And the only way you can really do that is by looking through your notes. Make notes through the day, and at the end of the day, and actually, I thought I was doing really well, but actually when I read back, that was a poor day for me. So scalping didn't work, or I don't have the discipline to run it for 30 ticks. That doesn't work. You'll try different markets. We'll suggest the general markets, but there's no reason you can't try some other ones, especially like scalping days and stuff like that. Put 5 ladders up. You know, if you think, all right, footsie sounds fun, I'll put the footsie up because I've looked at it for the last 15 years. Just put a few different markets up, especially when there's drills where you're looking for spoofers or algos in there. There's no point just sitting there with one market and nothing turned up today. What a boring day that was. Put half a dozen up. This is where you're going to find it tiring for your eyes, okay? Because you're going to keep looking and looking. And I always got that when I was trading. If you were down, I'm just sitting there staring, and you go home, you're like, oh, my eyes have gone. It can be quite tiring. So when you're doing it, work out when you need a rest as well. Again, another part of your own discipline, because you cannot sit there from 7 till 9 at night and 7 in the morning till 9 at night and physically stare at it all the time. So work out different ways. As I've said to you guys in the past, one of our best traders actually tended not to trade figures. He came in, traded lunch times because it was quiet, and he's just in and out, in and out, in and out, made good money, a few thousand, and then I've made my money. I don't need to take the risk on a non-farm payrolls that's come out at 1:30. Everyone else is waiting there to make their month or their week. Work out your trading style and be honest with yourself and go, yeah, I know it's fun, but I lose at that all the time, but it's fun. That's not going to work. So yeah, just keep going, make notes of the trading, make notes of your strengths and weaknesses, because even now you probably think, yeah, I'm intelligent, I'll get this or I'll do that, and I'll be very good at ledgers, candles, however trading style you want. But you'll be surprised once you get in there. As I said to you guys before, I know my big problem as a trader is discipline. But at least I'm aware of that, and I will try and get round it, and I'll force myself to do stuff. Otherwise, I could get myself in a hell of a lot of trouble. Okay, so I'll send these over. Milan, you'll get them, and Nick, you'll get them probably about in an hour's time. I'll send them over. You've got your sims. Obviously, you'll get your stuff as well when you get back. And it's fairly simple. Just go through those. But even the remote guys, you've still got access to Dan. I know he's not. I keep looking around. Where's the camera? I know he's not physically with you, but he's still here as an asset for you to use. So keep using him. Send your messages, and he will answer them. And he can look through your trades. If you want a particular day to go, right, what did I do wrong? He'll go through. But also as well, maybe not in the first week, same as he does now, he'll talk about various levels that you can start looking at and stuff. So some of the drills, it's not just blindly in and out for a tick. You also need to know when you're trying to go in and out for a tick. You're trying to do it at an important level. Well, when it goes wrong, and that's the discipline of scalping, there's no point take a tick, lose 20. It's pointless, because you've got to be right 20 times out of 21 to even scratch, and then you've got the cost. So you also need to be aware of what areas, what time of day, and you'll get used to that over the month. You'll work out, you'll know a lot of them anyway. 1:30 might not be the greatest time to start scalping. You'll work out what's quiet, what's coming out, when I should do it, and that's part of the learning for the next 4 weeks. Just take everything in that you can. Really try and start watching Dan, all of his streams, because it will not only it will point out the times, what's coming out and everything else. It will also point out what people are looking at. If something comes out and there's 3 things out in the afternoon, which one of those 3 is important? You might think you know in your head, and me too, what's the important one. But maybe everyone else is looking at something else. This one's flavour of the month. So try and make sure you listen to all the streams. They're not particularly long. They're only 10-15 minutes. It's not a huge amount out of your trading day. So make sure you listen to them, because this is where you're getting your heads into, now you're out of the classroom as such, now I'm into trading. Let's get in trader mode. You've got your drills for now, but come the back end of those drills, you'll be feeling more confident about what you're doing, what your skill set is, and your trading style. So, yeah, you'll get these in the next hour, and you can start going on Monday morning. Okay. Any questions about how it'll work? It's just a Prezi for the actual drill. I think there's 197 slides you need to go through. Some are very simple, but within that, as I say, you need to do a bit of research. The one that goes on the central banks shows you how people prepared for their central bank thing. So you do the central bank well in advance, and you go, right, this is what they were looking at, and you need to do it on that day. You know, what's the press saying? What are they expecting? What are the market commentaries, the stalks, everything else? What is expected? And if what's expected doesn't happen, what do I think is going to happen? You know, if people expecting a small rate hike and it doesn't happen, or they go, right, sod it, we're going to do half a point. What are the reactions going to do? So you need to know how to prepare yourself for that. Okay, and that's it from me, I think. Unless you have any questions.
No, they know how to log in and
They've got their sims, so they're all there. I'll send them the prezzies, and we're good.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Great. Cheers.